The next question is when, and that is aligning on schedule. And there's multiple parts to this. Um, some questions that we need to answer are when is the market event where we need to have the software ready? Is there a date? Is there a trade show? Is there a conference? Is there contractual agreements where we absolutely have to have a new capability available because bad business things happen if we don't make a certain date? And armed with that, there's so many things that we can do on the software side to make the date, even if all of the behavior that we really wanted to be a part of the feature isn't quite done, we can figure out how to make a date. Every feature has like the barely minimally viable feature that just works to satisfy like the function, and then all the additional capabilities of a feature so that it's super easy to use, self-training, all the good things, perfectly observable. So if we know those deadlines, well, now the development team can align with the executives on that urgency, and then the executives can ask more intelligent questions about what's gonna risk that deadline. We also need to answer questions like by when does a customer need X in order to secure their business if we're selling to a new customer? When is the cutoff date after which the new feature no longer provides the expected return on investment? Also, when can this feature be delayed so that we could prioritize something else? Can we switch things around? Maybe we can. We also need to answer the question where, and that's aligning on location. Where is our market? Where are our users? Not only physically, but also digitally, um, and also the development team. Where will the development team work? What kind of office environment? Where will the team produce work and where will the work be placed? Digital systems are also part of the work environment. So if we're using Azure pipelines, if we're using Octopus Deploy, if we're using a particular region in Azure, those are digital systems that are part of the work environment. And we need to know the importance of them because sometimes if there's some type of outage, well, guess what? It's pretty useful to have executives aware that the development team was just hindered because a particular outage happened, and that's critical to the work environment, right? And then where will the software operate? Could be smartphones, could be desktop, could be cloud, private client data centers, could be just a web browser. So we have some resources available for that. One of our services is an architect retainer where we come on as one of our architects provides advice on an ongoing basis, and we can push you in the right direction. We can ask insightful questions, and it kind of provides fractional software leadership. And those are very, very affordable, and it makes sure that that software projects don't go along just unnecessarily blind to something. And so it brings some of those things out, and that can be useful to you. Next question is who? Who's doing what? We need to design the team to the outcome. We need to tailor the outcome to the available team and decide who's going to do what. Um, who's the user, who's the customer, who's going to support the software, who's going to build the software, who's going to design the software, who is going to envision the software for the overall market. And of course our team alignment template helps define those. But let's get really tactical on this. Um, and by the way, this is not just this is not development team details. These are executive details. And so I know we have a really good mix on this webinar, and I can kind of sense, yeah, some people are nodding. It's like, yes, yes, we don't have anybody who clearly is the person who is designing the software or one of these other categories. But for you executives out there who employ developers and who are writing the check that funds a software project, this is part of the foundational structuring of a software project organization so that everybody is aligned.